Hey everybody, welcome to the finals of the Sorvents non-meta tournament number 2. Wow, this is a long time awaited, and you have seen both of these players play fantastically throughout their entire tournament experience, and we're going to be seeing how this goes. So TK Bear is going to be, I believe he won the die roll. We could actually check the log here. Looks like he did win the rock, paper, scissors, and he opted to go first. So this is going to be a very, very interesting match. We have Rikka down here at the bottom versus Hero up at the top. And just by the way, this was streamed on Twitch, so if you do want to hear these players interact with each other, there will be a link in the description to the VOD on Twitch, or I'm not sure exactly what it's actually called. I believe that's what it's called. For the full 2-hour stream. There was a couple other things that we happened to do. This was the first thing that came up on the stream though, but very, very interesting. So we're going to go ahead and see a normal summon out of Vion, which is probably the best starter in this entire deck. And it's going to be going ahead and sending Liquid Soldier to the graveyard. Next, Liquid Soldier is going to be, or is actually just going to opt to go ahead and use Miracle Fusion to banish the Liquid Soldier as well as the Vion. And he's going to go ahead and Fusion into Sunrise, then use Liquid as Chain Link 1 and Sunrise as Chain Link 2 to search for the Miracle Fusion and then draw 2 cards. Next, he has to discard for Liquid, so he's going to opt to discard the Allure of Darkness. And then he's just going to go ahead and pass his turn with just a single copy of Sunrise on the field. So down at the bottom, he has a pretty interesting hand. Unfortunately, it looks like he doesn't really have a whole lot of starters outside of the 1-for-1, but he's going to go ahead and start off with the 1-for-1 to get rid of the Erica to special petal. He could have just shotgunned this Lightning Storm, but I think he can out it with the regular cards in his deck, so I think that's exactly what he's going to do. So he's going to go ahead and use Petal's effect to search for, I believe that was Mudan. And then he can go ahead and use Snowdrop to special summon itself and Mudan from the hand, and search for Rikka Glamour from Mudan's effect. Next, he can go ahead and use Glamour to search for Hellbores, just so he can have an extra form of protection. And he can overlay into a copy of Teardrop. Teardrop's going to go ahead and attribute over this Sunrise, and he's going to attack for 3,000 points of damage. He's going to go ahead and set this Rikka Tranquility and pass his turn. So, TK Bear draws for turn, and he goes ahead and activates this Reinforcement of the Army, searching for a copy of Shadow Mist. And then he can go ahead and normal summon this Solid Soldier and special summon the Shadow Mist out of his hand due to Solid Soldier's effect. And then the Teardrop's just going to go ahead and be activated to get rid of the Solid Soldier, which is a very interesting thing there. So, Mass Change is going to be added off of the Shadow Mist, and then he can go ahead and use this Miracle Fusion to banish a Sunrise as well as the Solid Soldier from the graveyard. And he's going to go ahead and special summon Sunrise to the field. So he has no more copies of Miracle Fusion since the last one is actually in his hand. So he's going to be opting to go just straight into battle phase and using the Shadow Mist to attack. And then he's going to be using the Sunrise to attempt to pop it. And the Hellbore is going to be chained to negate the Sunrise's effect. Then Mass Change is going to be chained into the Shadow Mist. And I believe he could have targeted the Sunrise, but it actually wouldn't have done anything since it would have just made Koga, and then the effect still would have been negated since Hellbore does not target. It just negates the effect regardless of where the card ends up, even after the resolution of the chain. So it'll still negate the Sunrise in either case, but Darklaw is going to be summoned here just so that he doesn't have to declare an attack into it anyways. And he was misinformed about the attack on Teardrop. He thought that his Sunrise was at 29 and the Teardrop was at 28, but it's actually at 3,000 due to Hellbore, and both of her effects actually. Her effect to tribute the copy of Solid Soldier as well as the Hellbore in hand. So we are corrected. We tell him we both figure it out, like the attack of Teardrop is actually different, so he opts to say, okay, like it's good, we'll just stop the battle, since they were both kind of confused on exactly what the attack of both of these cards were. So it was at 29 and the Teardrop was at 32. So yep, that's going to do it. They're just going to say we're good with the battle phase, nothing happened, and we're just going to pass this turn. So Godly Mission draws for turn, I believe here. Or no, he's going to actually go ahead and activate Rikka Petal to special summon it back to the grave, and then from the graveyard. And then in the main phase, he's going to use Rikka Tranquility to tribute the Rikka Petal. And it gets banished due to Darklaw, but that's okay. And he's going to special back Snowdrop as well as a copy of Mudan. Then he's going to go ahead and use the Rikka from the graveyard. Since a plant monster was tributed while it was in the grave, he can special summon it back to the field. And he can normal summon this copy of Lonefire Blossom. Since he makes sure everything's in defense mode. And then he's going to go ahead and go into Alsai, and he can use the effect to go ahead and banish the top card of his deck. Well, technically sends it to the graveyard, but it actually gets banished since Dark Law's effect. And I believe he called... I don't remember exactly what he called here. I believe he called Lightning Storm or something. But yeah, so then he's going to go ahead and send the Dark Law back to the top of the deck. And then he's going to go ahead and use the effect, since I believe he used Snowdrop to make everything level 8. He's just going to go ahead and use the Lone Fire as well as the Mudan into a copy of Teardrop again, and use the Teardrop to tribute into Sunrise. At this point, this is, I believe, 7,900 points of damage, which he definitely does not have that much life points, so he scoops it up there. Moving into game number 2, it looks like he's going to be opting to go first yet again. TK Bear is opting to go first, and he's going to start off with a copy of Pot of Desires. So Desires is going to go ahead and get him into a E-Call as well as a Solid Soldier, and he's going to go ahead and normal summon the Solid Soldier, and that's going to get hit with an Effect Veiler. He's going to go ahead and set both copies of E-Call as a bluff because he has 2 heroes in hand. I believe that this is kind of a mistake. I believe he should have probably just sent 1 because you'll see here in a second. He draws for turn and then goes with a Pot of Extravagance, banishing 6 cards out of his extra deck and drawing into an Effect Veiler and a Lightning Storm. So yeah, this definitely should have probably been set 1 pass instead of a set 2 pass, because this Lightning Storm is going to come down and destroy both of the back row. Lonefire Blossom is going to be activated here to tribute itself and summon Mardell from the deck, and he's going to search for a copy of Rose Girl. Then he's going to be tributing the Mardell for Snowdrop. Snowdrop's going to go ahead and special summon itself as well as Mudan, and Mudan's going to go ahead. Actually, it looks like he... Oh, yeah. And then Chainlink to Rose Girl to special summon itself. He's going to search for Rinko Tranquility off of the Mudan. And then he's going to go ahead and I believe use Snowdrop here to turn everything into a level 8 and overlay into a Teardrop to tribute over the Solid Soldier. Then he can go into battle phase and attack for 2,800 points of damage. Going ahead and setting the Rikka Tranquility, he passes his turn to his opponent and he draws an Effect Veiler for turn. So he's going to go ahead and normal summon Liquid Soldier, and that's going to get hit with a second Effect Veiler. Quite interesting that he, drew that off of the Extravagance. I think Effect Veiler is honestly really, really solid against this deck, but Liquid Soldier and Solid Soldier are going to be used as a Miracle Fusion fodder for Sunrise, and then Sunrise is going to trigger as well as Liquid Soldier, and he's going to go ahead and chain Teardrop to go ahead and tribute the Sunrise. Effect Veiler was actually illegally activated here, and we do catch that in a moment, but he attempts to use the Effect Veiler to negate the Teardrop. So then Chainlink for Tranquility, but we do check here that the Effect Veiler should actually be in hand since it is not the opponent's turn, it is his turn, so he can't use the Effect Veiler. It's going to summon back Mardell as well as Mudan. And so we catch it here. We resolve the chain. The chain's going to resolve the same either way. I believe that... it resolves the exact same way since no effects were negated on his part. So he's still going to draw the 2 and discard a card anyways. But we do fix the game state and say, hey, wait, Effect Veiler should be in hand. Also, did you really want to tribute the Teardrop? And he said, yeah, it's fine. Like, I'm okay with getting the search off of Mardell. So we're like, okay, good. So the game state is perfectly fixed here. So then he has to discard off of Liquid Soldier. So he's going to go ahead and discard Shadow Mist, and Shadow Mist is going to go ahead and get him a search as well as Mardell. So Shadow Mist Chainlink 1, Mardell Chainlink 2. So it's going to search for Lonefire Blossom, and then Shadow Mist is going to be searched on the hero end. I believe he's already used his normal summon on the Solid Soldier, so his hand's a little awkward here, but he still has this Miracle Fusion out of his hand that he searched for Sunrise, so he can go ahead and use it to banish the Sunrise and the Shadow Mist to summon a copy of Shining. Then he can go ahead and use this Shining to attack over Snowdrop, and I believe this Shining is actually at 3,800, so it's going to hit him for 26. But Rikka is going to be activated here to give it an extra 1,000, so that's just going to be 1,600 points of damage. Then he's going to just pass his turn on the single copy of Shining. Then for Godlamation's turn, he goes ahead and uses Rose Girl in the graveyard to add it back to the hand. Then he can normal summon this copy of Lone Fire Blossom to tribute itself, and special summon a copy of Rikka Petal from the deck. Then using Petal, he can go ahead and, I believe, search for Snowdrop here. Yep. Then the Snowdrop is going to tribute the Petal, summon itself as well as the Rose Girl from the graveyard, and summon back Erica due to his own effect. So, absolutely crazy here. He has 5 monsters on the field. Who knew that Rikka could spam so well? Wow. Veiler is going to be activated here on the Snowdrop since the Snowdrop effect was activated to change everything to level 8. So it's going to be negated, so he has tons of different levels. 2 level 6s, a level 9, a level 8, and a level 3. Then he's going to be going ahead and linking off into a copy of Aroma Seraphine Jasmine, and using Jasmine he can tribute Mudan into a copy of Hellbore. Next he can use Hellbore and Snowdrop into a copy of Teardrop, Elsai actually. And he's going to use the effect calling Hungry Burger. I do want to mention that because I think that was a really funny moment in the stream that he does call Hungry Burger off of Alsai. And that's essentially going to win him the game, calling Hungry Burger. So technically Hungry Burger did make it to the finals of this. It's kind of like a running meme in the Discord right now, calling Hungry Burger, Hungry Burger in general. But he's going to go ahead in battle phase, and obviously he's going to be attacking for game. So, yeah, that's definitely going to do it for the Sorvents non-meta tournament number 2. I hope you guys enjoyed. Rikka wins this entire tournament. Who would have ever thought that Rikka would have won an event, albeit it's a non-meta tournament. I still think that this was a very, very fun duel. Very, very fun to stream, and yeah, I do highly recommend you guys go and check out that stream. It was a really, really fun time. But yeah, with all of that said, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the 3rd non-meta tournament. The announcement will be coming up very, very soon, so stay tuned for that, and I will see you guys later.